Cincinnati, a 6'6 senior from Long Beach, California, number 33, Terry Nelson. At center for Cincinnati, a 6'10 senior from Monrovia, California, number 44, Corie Blunt.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged, what's the deal? Speaking bluntly with C Blunt and T-Nail. We tell it how it is and all due respect. The UC Connect, them Bearcats, we rep, elevate, graduate, we the final two. Still at it like we did the final four back in 92. Let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged with T. Nelson and C Blunt. Yeah, let's talk about it.
At Cincinnati, they get after.
Welcome to another episode of Legends Unplugged. I'm your host, T-Nail, Terry Nelson.
And I am Corie Blunt.
And to my far left, Corie Blunt. And my man right here, we'll introduce him. Good friend of mine, name is Tim Burgess. Let me introduce Tim Burgess. Tim is a student of success and a catalyst for transformation. For nearly 30 years, he has immersed himself in personal and self-development, mastering dynamic thinking, effective communication, and personality traits. An entrepreneurial mindset, influenced by legends like Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale, one of my favorites. Bob Proctor, also one of my favorites. Tim didn't just study the principles, he lives them. When he applied this knowledge to real estate, the results spoke loudly. 17 listings in his first full-time month, 92 closings in his first year, and the momentum never slowed. Today, Tim's greatest impact comes from others. People like Joe increased his net worth over $20 million. Gary, who doubled his income while working with fewer hours and Sarah, who turned her purpose into profit by building a successful business dedicated to helping others in distress. Tim Burgess doesn't just teach success. He helps people become the version of themselves that success has been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Burgess.
Man.
My man.
It's an honor to be here.
That's my dog.
Hey, I'm anxious and ready for this one right here because we got a lot to talk about.
We got you here, and so my first question with you is why did you think of producing this company knowing that there's so much in you that has to come out? Like, you didn't even, your story is, did you even graduate from high school, first of all?
No, man. I quit school in the 8th grade. My dad left really early. Mom had to work 2 jobs. So mom's working 2 jobs. I did what I wanted to do from the time I was 11 or 12 years old. So by the 8th grade, man, I had found the wrong path. I was going down the wrong road. And use your imagination, you'll figure out what the wrong road is. And so I ended up quitting school in the 8th grade. Second time through 8th grade, I quit.
What led you to start maximizing results?
You know, it was I answered an ad in the newspaper looking for a regular job, a sales job, and I ran into the founder of the fastest growing privately held company in the United States. And he took me kind of took me under his wing, and he told me to get a copy of this book, Think and Grow Rich. And he said, study this thing a little bit every day for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Now, as you can imagine, a kid to quit school in the 8th grade, do I want one book for the rest of my life?
And to read.
And to read. Yeah. I didn't want to read one book.
Yeah.
But then I realized something. He had a collection of Lamborghinis. He had a collection of Ferraris. He had a collection of estates around the country.
So he had proof.
He had proof. I didn't really care about that and all that money and all that stuff. I'm not, okay, great, you got a bunch of money. Who cares? That's not going to pay my MasterCard.
Right.
But I wanted the freedom that he had, and the freedom to make a decision, and the freedom to jump on an airplane, and the freedom to go do what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. So for whatever reason, when he told me to get a copy of this book, I did it. And then 3.5 years later, knowing absolutely nothing about real estate, I jump in, I list 17 my first month, I sell 92 my first year. You guys both know the real estate game. Yep. The average agent sells 4 houses per year.
Yes.
So 92 is just off the charts. Those records are still held in the Cincinnati board. So that's all well, good, and great. But now today, man, it's a mission to help another person become more than they would have become without my influence through the teachings of this book. To help sports characters, to help sports teams. It doesn't matter because when you get the right mindset, you will produce better results in less time.
Interesting.
You know, the interesting thing about that is it's easy for you to sit here and talk about this because of the success. How do you inspire someone who's met a lot of adversity and failure to buy into it?
Well, and then there's the challenge. Because one thing, if they have experienced a lot of adversity and a lot of failure, what we have to understand is they have created everything going on in their life.
Okay.
Just as you've created everything going on in your life, Tino, he's created everything going on in his life, right? So now we can either do one of two things. We can either focus on the past and hold on to the visions and the images of the past,
Yeah.
or we can create a new image of the person we want to become, the person we want to be. Whether it's success on a basketball court, whether it's success on a soccer field, whether it's success on a baseball diamond, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because you can be a very talented individual. You guys know this. You're both extremely talented at your craft. And we talked about it earlier. You might even know somebody who's more talented, but they didn't do nearly as well
Right.
because they had the wrong mindset. So mindset is the prerequisite of everything. It really is.
So your site says you believe everyone exists for the purpose of growth. How did that belief form in you?
It was the ongoing study of this book, and Bob Proctor, he had a great saying: you're either growing or you're dying. You're either moving in one direction, or by law you're moving in another direction. And right now we're here in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. It's cold outside. You go outside and there's no leaves on any of the trees. It looks like they're all dying.
Right.
What's happening underground?
The roots are getting deeper.
Exactly. The roots are still growing. So that tree is not dying. The tree is still growing. Now, if it's not growing, it is dying. There is no in between. So we as humans, we have a choice. We can either grow into the person we wish to become, get the successes that we desire, basketball court or business, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Or we're going backwards. And usually if we're going backwards, it just means we're holding on to an image of the past. So we're
Right.
living in the past, dragging the past into the future with us.
Corey's got a copy of Napoleon Hill's Keys to Success. How did you get introduced to that, C. Blunt?
I got introduced to it during one of the toughest parts of my life when I
Hold up
was
the book so people can see it.
when I was trying to find some answers and going through certain things that I went through. And this book was introduced to me. Think and Grow Rich was the first book that I ended up reading, and I was just blown away. I told my wife when I read that book, like, oh my God, I have no more excuses. Like, the answers are in this book. And I just went and really bought into the philosophy and everything that was being introduced to me at that time. And it left an impression on my life. And I've been following those principles ever since. I'm not a negative guy. I don't believe in failure and all that. I just know you got to keep living and persevering to achieve what you want to achieve. One of the most profound statements I can remember from reading is that all adversity carries the seed of an equivalent benefit as long as you have a positive mental attitude. And I put in this part, faith in God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now understand, he said the seed
Correct.
of an equivalent benefit. He doesn't say the full-grown benefit is going to show up.
Yeah.
It's the seed.
Yeah.
So now, will we nurture that seed?
Gotta be
Will we
planted
take
in good
care of
soil.
it? Plant it in good soil.
Yeah.
Now our mind is like soil,
Yeah.
fertile soil, man.
Yeah.
So are we planting that seed over and over again, or every third day are we ripping it up, saying, "Hey, you got any roots yet, seed?
Yeah.
Let me
Put
plant
it
you
back
there."
in. Yeah.
You know, 'cause that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Oh, this stuff doesn't work, and that's what they plant a seed, and then 3 days later they rip it up.
Yeah.
Well, plant an apple seed. How long does it take to get an apple off of that apple tree? That's 6 years, man.
Does it?
That's 6 years.
Okay.
You got to take care of that tree. The little sapling kind of pushes its way through the ground.
Yeah.
Then you got this. What are you going to do? Run over it with a lawnmower?
Yeah.
If you don't take care of it, that's what happens, right?
Right.
And then you get a sapling that's maybe this long.
Right.
It's got one little leaf on it. Well, what if a deer comes by and eats it? You've got to take care of it, right?
Right.
And 6 years later, you might get an apple.
Yeah.
You going to take care of that seed for 6 years?
You're going to try, right?
No, there is no try. There's either do or do not do.
Oh, there you go.
You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming, man. There is no try. There is either do
or don't.
Or don't do.
Man,
Your
definitely.
programs emphasize behavior change
Yeah.
over knowledge. What behaviors matters most for long-term success?
The number one behavior is take care of yourself.
Man.
Most people don't.
How so?
Well, there's a philosophy, client, company, team, self. And we can all live this philosophy. And what it means is in any pyramid, nobody wants to be at the bottom of the pyramid, right? I mean,
No.
think of a job mentality, right? I don't want to be at the bottom of the pyramid. I want to climb, right? That's the wrong mindset. See, the bottom of the pyramid that we're talking about is the foundation. So if I don't work on me every day, my foundation isn't very strong, is it? And a weak foundation, what can you build on a weak foundation?
Nothing.
Not much.
No, it's not
Gonna
stable.
crumble.
Yeah.
It's not stable, exactly. So when I take care of me first, then I become a stronger member of the team. Now, if I can influence the team in a positive way, which is what you guys, I mean, think about what you guys do. You influence the team in a positive way. Teams make up companies. Now, it doesn't matter if we're talking about a company of large size, your company, or we're talking about the University of Cincinnati. That would be the company here. And then you got the client, which is, of course, the fan base, right? So if I'm not taking care of myself as the foundation, I can't build a stronger team, I can't build a stronger company, and I can't satisfy the clients. So if I don't have the right mindset wrapped around that, where I work on me first.
So that me is mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And it's called strategic selfishness.
Okay.
See, when we're strategically selfish, in the morning I'm extremely selfish about my time.
Gotcha.
I take care of myself. I read the book. I do the things, the exercises the book says you should be doing every day. I do those. That's the first hour I'm awake. So I just built my foundation a little stronger. Now in the family,
First fruits.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
So now that's the foundation, that's the self. So now I've got the team. The team is my wife, right? So I can help her become better. And then we have the company, which is the entire family, right? And then of course the client at the top. Who's the client? That's everybody that we like to serve in life.
Right.
How can I serve people in life if I'm not taking care of me? Think about medical professionals for a minute. How in the world is a medical professional going to take care of anybody if they don't take care of themselves?
Right.
If they're sick, how can they take care of you?
Exactly. If they've got negative mindset, do you really want them taking care of you? You want them coming into your room and say, hey, man, I know that all that negative stuff?
Yeah, that energy spreads quickly.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
I
It's
never
like a fire,
understood.
man.
Now that you say that, when we fly a lot, they always come on the stewardess to say, in the event of emergency and the oxygen thing comes down, put it on yourself first before you put it on the baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of you first, you're going to pass out and you can't put it on the baby. You can't put it on the elderly person that might need some help. You can't take care of anybody if you don't take care of yourself first.
Interesting.
Right.
So how do you help clients identify what's standing between them and their goals?
First of all, we have to develop clarity. What do they really want? And that's a question I put out to everybody. What do you really want? Not what do you think you can have based on past experiences of life. What do you really want? Not what do you think you should have based on the programming of mom and dad and trying to satisfy mom and dad. I love mom and dad, no problem with that. I'm not saying you should, just break away. But they're not living your life, man.
Right.
Let's just be brutally honest here. What do you want? And most people can't identify that.
Are there limitations on that want?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Why would there be limitations?
I'm just asking.
The only limitations that you and I have are the limitations we accept.
Okay.
Now, somebody would say, "Oh, Tim, that's BS, man. You can't." Right? They say you'll never be the starting center for any basketball team.
Right.
And I'll say you're right, and I have absolutely no desire to do that.
Until you go to the park and be the center on a 5th grade team and dominate them little kids.
Exactly.
There's ways to get it done.
But once again, I have no desire for that.
Yeah,
However, where I want to take our company to help the number of people we want to help, there's no limitations on that.
Correct.
Except the limitations that I would accept. There is no limitations. It's a worldwide audience. Right?
Yeah.
So what happens is we live in this thing called a perceived world, right?
Yeah.
Your perception is different than your perception,
Correct.
which is different than mine. But understand this, our own perception is also our self-imposed prison.
That's right.
And there's a concept, and really everybody should live this.
I need this. Come on.
Journey beyond perception.
Man.
Because perception is
Go
not
beyond
reality.
it. It's your reality. It ain't mine.
It's correct.
See, your
It's what I
reality might
perceive.
be, it's what you perceive.
Yeah.
Your reality might be, let's just hypothetically, real estate's hard. It's tough. It's hard. I'm 92 deals a year. I average 84 deals a year. What's hard about it?
Yeah.
There's nothing hard about it.
Right.
However, the average agent out there's like, oh my gosh. And it was mindset first. I expected to do good in business when I got into real estate.
So I'll look at you and be like, well, you don't understand. You didn't come from this background. You didn't have this. You didn't have this. And you're saying, I did 92 deals. I'm like, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I'm failing because I have all these things that are
In the way.
in the way.
In the way. Which just means your mindset is allowing all those things to be in the way. So you're creating in the way, which allows you to create procrastination,
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what's happening,
I'm about
man.
to bring an
Critical word right there.
They're about to throw me out.
I'm about to stop and do an offering plate right now.
No, man. To think about it, you're creating that.
Yeah.
Nobody's creating that for you.
Yeah.
You've created that with your own mindset.
Okay, so getting deep into that requires self-accountability.
Absolutely.
And why did you choose? I know that the guy told you to read this book. There's
Yeah.
a ton of books.
Yeah.
But when you look at all the most successful people, when you start studying successful people like Napoleon Hill did back then,
Yes.
but even the ones today, they say there's 2 books that you must have: Think and Grow Rich and the Bible.
That's it.
And the Think and Grow Rich comes from the principles from the Bible.
Absolutely.
Oh, no question.
They're absolutely in harmony with everything that the Bible talks about. I haven't studied the Bible as extensively as I've studied this book, but I have read it over and over and over and over again. And most people I know who do study the Bible, they don't even believe most of what's in it. And I'm not saying that from a conscious perspective. I'm saying that from watch the way they live.
Correct.
And the way they live and the example they show clearly indicates they're full of fear. I believe it says in that book over 300 times, do not fear. So if they're studying it, what the heck are they full of fear of? By the way, what is fear anyway?
False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. Who creates the evidence?
We do.
We do in our own mind with the misuse of imagination. So we imagine things that go wrong. So I hear it all the time. Well, what if it doesn't work, Tim? What if it doesn't work? How about if you flip that around and say, what if it does? What if it does work?
How do you mentally break someone from past experiences to dictate that?
They have to want more. It's not enough for me to want more for Corie.
Right.
I want to help you go anything you want in life, man. I want to help you get that.
Gotcha.
But if I throw a life raft, somewhere along the line, you have to participate in your own rescue.
Yeah.
And most people want to be rescued, but they don't want to put any effort into it. They don't want to work. They don't want to take what's called intelligent action. Everybody takes action every day. Is it intelligent action to accomplish that definite chief aim in life? Or they set a goal like a New Year's resolution, I'm going to get healthy. Shoot, by this time in January, the parking lots at the gyms are already empty.
So based on everything you said, is it important to forget the past?
No. Learn from it.
Okay.
Learn from it. See, we're never going to forget it. See, what goes on in every experience that all of us have ever had are in the cells of the being.
Okay.
You're not going to forget it. I just had a conversation with this at lunch today with my accountant because he's like, we just got to shelve the past. You can't shelve the past. It's part of who you are. It's
Right.
part of what has made us who we are today. So welcome it, embrace it, learn from it, and then visualize and focus on the future you want to create.
Man.
That's what people don't do.
Yeah.
Chapter 2 in here, 6 basic steps. I mean, they are so basic, a 3rd grade element. Matter of fact, our grandson, 10 years old, he does it. It's so basic in elementary. Why don't people do it?
What are
Why
those
don't
steps
they
in
do it?
chapter 2?
Step number 1, what do you want? Step number 2, what are you giving in return for what you want? Step number 3, what's the date? Step number 4, create a definite plan and begin at once whether you're ready or not. He never says a perfect plan. He says a definite plan and begin at once whether you're ready or not.
Begin it once you're ready or not.
Begin at once.
Begin at once.
Whether you're ready or not.
Yeah.
Begin
Just get started.
at once.
Don't
Begin
say we're gonna start
immediately.
tomorrow when I get-
No. That's procrastination.
Yeah.
That's the past, right?
Yeah.
Step 5.
I'm king of that. I'll start this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Step
workout
5.
plan. We're going to get this tomorrow. I'm like, yeah.
So step 5 is to write all the steps 1 through 4 in a clear, concise statement.
Make it clear to you.
Make it very clear and very concise so there's no confusion. Step 6, read that statement out loud twice a day, right before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up. And here's the key. As you read, see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of it.
You just gave me something.
Man.
The Bible talks about, Jesus says, I'm not the author of confusion, or God is not the author of confusion. So he wants clarity.
Clarity.
And you're saying this
Clarity,
is
man.
clarity.
That's how you get clarity. If you get on my phone, my statement's on my phone. It begins with, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm blessed, and I'm grateful. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm blessed, and I'm grateful.
So you say affirmations over and over to reprogram
it's
your
the
mind.
whole story. I'm programming my mind, and I'm putting myself and using my imagination to create the future that I want. Because we're all creating our future.
Man, yeah.
But are you creating the future that you want, or are you just letting it be created because of past experiences in life? Most are allowing the past experiences in life to create their future, so they're just dragging the past and all the garbage from the past into the future with them.
Man, you know, I got to say this because with everything you're saying, it's like I lived it but didn't really understand that I was living it. And I'm going to give you an example. I went and visited a friend of mine who I hadn't seen since high school.
Okay.
And he still had his yearbook. He played on my basketball team. He didn't play much. And he said, I still got your yearbook. You signed it. And I wrote in his yearbook, I'll see you in the NBA. I was terrible back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a star player, but I don't know, just being goofy or the clown I was, I'm like, man, I see y'all in the NBA. And every step that I did or experienced that I moved past that time was leading me to that goal.
See, you planted a seed.
Yeah.
And then you watered the seed, you nurtured the seed, you took care of the seed, and I believe you played in the NBA. I could be on, but I believe
a little bit. Yeah, I did a little time. Served a little duty.
Yeah. So it was a seed that got planted.
Right.
Now, that seed could have just withered and died.
Correct.
You didn't let it wither and die.
Yeah,
you used the positive part of the imagination to create the future that you wanted.
Yeah.
Instead of allowing the negative talk from the outside, how you going to make it to the NBA, man?
Yeah.
Come on, you can't do this.
Oh, I got
you
that.
can't do that.
Yeah.
You got that all over
Man,
the place.
yeah,
And the
definitely.
more they did that to you, the more motivated you were.
I
True or
worked,
false?
stayed active, yeah.
Absolutely.
Stayed
so you
active.
stayed active.
Yeah.
You stayed motivated. And every time somebody threw that little dart at you, that just motivated you more. You'd fueled the fire. It's like, go ahead, pour some more gasoline on that fire for me.
I was surrounded by like-minded people who loved the game and wanted to be the best they can be. I was blessed to get good coaching, and I took advantage of opportunities that led to me to keep going to each level.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you took intelligent action, not just action.
There you go.
Everybody takes action every day, but is it intelligent action to lead a person to where they want to go?
Right.
Or is it just the same action they took yesterday? We've all heard it. Same stuff, different day. How you doing, man? Ain't seen you in a while. Same old, same old.
Yeah. That's the greedy.
That's the greeting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but when I hear same old, I'm thinking, shoo, I need a shower, man.
Yes.
I got to get away from this energy because that energy is stuck 20 years in the past.
Yeah.
So when you say that, today's kids, whenever you try to drop some knowledge on them, they be like, I get you old school. They always want to say old school, like we don't have that frame of mind anymore. That thinking. This right here was written in 1937.
Correct.
How did you modernize it to where you can make it effective for today's leaders?
Well, take a look at today's leaders. Any of them. Name whatever one you want. Go to the Shark Tank and name those guys. Go to any of the wealthy, the billionaires of the day. They all cite this book. They all tell you this book was a catalyst. All of them.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to modernize. You just got to simplify it. It's written in 1937. It's not the easiest thing to understand. You guys know that because you've had your nose in it.
It's basic, though.
It's very basic.
Yeah.
The 6 steps. What do you really want?
Yeah.
What are you giving in return for it?
Great
most
examples.
people go, I'll just give you, I'll trade my time for a paycheck. Mm-hmm. That's the way most people live. That's the way they're programmed to live.
Corie, you when you read that book, you were so mesmerized by it. I remember you saying that you messaged the company. Like you called the company and they sent you a box load of those books.
They sent me books. I went to Wise, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Wise, Virginia, and met with Don Green.
Yeah.
Had a phenomenal time with, because I was just so in awe of this information. It was like, I know like Tupac has a line where he says, picture Jews getting handed to an innocent child.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I needed it. Was right there for me.
Yeah.
And once I got it, I was just so thankful and appreciative. Like, I'm reaching out to these people and letting them know that whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because this has been a blessing for me and giving me the information that I needed to keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
At a tough time in my life. Tough time.
Every successful person, and success, when I say success, I mean people who accomplish what they want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Every one of them, either consciously or unconsciously, utilize these principles.
Yeah.
They may not know they did it.
Yeah.
And for most of them, they don't know they did it.
Right.
But when you utilize them on purpose, by design, with intention, you can create any life you want to live.
Right.
It doesn't make any difference. And there are no limitations except those we accept. Now, if you accept the limitation, you're right. Yeah. Remember Henry Ford said that, right? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest mistake that leaders can make when they're building a team? Any team, whether it be a basketball team, football team, office, military. You got a team that this is your squad. You're working together. They have to be linked together. What's the biggest mistake leaders make when they're trying to develop that team?
Hopefully I don't aggravate anybody with this one, but I think their ego gets in the way. And ego means one thing to me: edging God out. So when you start edging God out, things just cannot go as well as you want.
And you don't do that consciously.
No, that's subconscious.
That's right.
That's from programming of the past. And usually when that happens, there's a self-inferiority complex that's right behind it. That's what's driving it. So you got lack of self-confidence. You know, a lot of people, they become boisterous and they want to challenge everything and stuff like that. That is an absolute indication of somebody with low self-confidence, without question. Otherwise, everybody would just be calm. I don't need to challenge Terry. I don't need to challenge Corie. What do I need to challenge you guys for, man? Let's be calm and relax and have a conversation. I'll bet we could get a lot more done that way. Yeah. So I think the number one mistake leaders also make, going hand in hand with that, Terry, is the simple fact they mess up that client, company, team, self-philosophy that we talked about yesterday. And that philosophy is, I think, why you invited me here, as I explain that. Because even in the world of basketball or baseball or whatever world you want to talk about, there's a client, there's a company, there's a team, and there's a self. And the self never wants to be at the bottom. But the bottom's the most important part. That's the foundation. And if you don't have a solid foundation, you don't have a solid anything. You can't have a solid program in basketball if you don't have a solid foundation, which means every person associated with that should put themselves at the foundational level, work on themselves first, become the best version of themselves they can possibly become, because then you build a stronger team. Once you build a stronger team, you build a stronger company with a better image. Once you do that, you satisfy more clients. Then, and only then, in the world of business anyway, that's the only time you can share an increased profitability. And most people go after that increased profitability, but they don't want to go through the rest of the steps. That's called chasing money. And when you chase money, what's he say about it? You remember what he says about it? When you chase money, it runs. You can't catch it.
Okay.
You can't catch it. You ain't fast enough. I know you two boys can run, man. I know you can. But you cannot catch it if that's what you're chasing. So
No question.
if all you're doing is chasing that trophy,
Man,
and all
yeah.
you're doing is chasing the trophy, chasing the trophy, chasing the trophy, chasing the trophy, but you're not working on yourself first, your skills, your mindset, man, there's no way you'll ever get that trophy because it's running away from you.
So in companies and businesses and teams, everybody comes into the season talking about we're trying to win a championship, whether it's a Big 12 championship or a national championship or whatever. All they talk about is the championship.
Yep.
And you're saying don't chase the championship.
Don't chase the championship. What's it take to get there? What are you
Chase
willing
the
to
journey,
give?
right?
Exactly. What are you giving in return for what it is that you want?
Well, how do you know you're moving off path from that?
Oh, that's easy. That's just watch the results.
There it
Just
is.
take a look at the results, man. See, the results that all of us get in life, whether it's spiritual, social, mental, physical, family, or financial, doesn't matter. The results are an indication of what's going on the inside. You can't ever tell me of what you're thinking. All I have to do is look at your results. I know what you're thinking. Just look at your results, man.
He look hungry right now.
It's the time to get some Scooby snacks, man. We gotta get on out of here.
See pony dogs all over his face.
Oh my goodness!
No, this is good stuff, man. I'm thinking this is a good time. Great advice, because we're getting ready to talk about our program, and I think it was important for you to give those nuggets and let people see the value that you're talking about. So now that we're getting ready to talk about our program, we have somebody who's qualified to say what we need you to say. If that makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, it's been 30 years of studying this. I don't have a college degree. I've got real world experience helping people. We helped a young lady beat cancer, man. I told her name was Dee. She's over in Northern Kentucky. And all I kept telling her was, she was in our mentoring service, I kept telling her, Dee, you can't hang around people who just throw empathy at you. They're throwing that energy of the ailment. I'm not saying you don't have the ailment. That's not what I'm saying. That would be burying our head in the sand. That's Pollyanna garbage, man. We don't do that. However, if you'll take your mind to where you have a healthy physical being and you stay away from all the negative naysayers, watch what happens. She took that to heart and did it. And she beat breast cancer, man. She beat it, put it in its place. And I told her this. I said, hey, it was God's energy to begin with. Give it back. That sounds too simple, doesn't it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Basically explaining faith, right?
Exactly. It's energy is always flowing to and through us.
Right.
If it doesn't, we flatline. That's a bad day.
Yep.
Right. So when the energy is flowing to us, we can do whatever we want with that energy. We can think any thought we want. I can't force you to think something you don't want to think, right? But those thoughts, the dominating thoughts, create a feeling. The feeling is expressed in action, not the thought. So let's go to any program, any basketball program. If they have a thought of one thing and a feeling of another thing, the feeling is what will give them the result, not the thought.
That's the vibration, law of vibration.
Exactly. That's a law of vibration. We're getting it into some of the laws of the universe now. So the frequency of vibration is what's dictating the result that they're getting. So, okay, I've been talking.
So this is shallow. This is the most dominant.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Without question. That's a great way to explain it, because what's in the conscious mind is nothing more than a thought. A thought is ephemeral, abstract. It has no value until it's been given an intelligent direction to a definite end. What's the definite end? And are they giving it the intelligent direction and then taking the intelligent action to accomplish or achieve that end?
So I think in Cincinnati basketball's thing, they want, Coach Wes Miller wants his team to react and be dominant without less thinking and just more action, more doing. How does he get there?
Well, you're never going to get an action without a thought. A thought always precedes the action, or maybe not be a conscious thought, but it's going to precede whatever action is taken. And also remember this, the action is taken based on how the players feel, not how they think. It's the biggest, it was the biggest aha moment that I found. I was in the book 10 years, and I ran into a guy named Bob Proctor. And he taught this very basic concept, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. And I was like, holy smokes, that's what he's been talking about. Now I have some clarity. I can think it, but if I don't feel it, I won't take the proper intelligent action. You had to feel you were going to dunk that basketball, not just think it.
That's right.
You had to know inside of you that when you took that jump shot, it was going in.
How do you get it from head knowledge to heart knowledge to feeling it?
Repetitive, over and over and over, repetition. If you take me out there one time, I'm not a basketball player. You take me out there one time and I shoot free throws. You teach me how to shoot a free throw. Keep my elbow wherever it's supposed to be, my wrist wherever it's supposed to be, and you guys teach me that. If I do it one day, I'm not going to be very good at it. But if I do it for an hour every day, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days in a row, at the end of 30, 40, 50 days, how good am I?
Good.
I'm good.
Learning.
So it's the same thing with our mind. See, the dominating thoughts of our mind create how we feel. The dominating thoughts, not the one-time thought of, gosh, I want to be a millionaire. I told you that stuff didn't work.
Right.
Because the next day their bank account doesn't have $1 million in it. See, that's just a thought. It's abstract. It has no value at all. But we put that in there repetitively over and over and over and over and over again. Every day, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, and this is just one analogy.
Right.
Then you create the feeling that you're already there. Then the opportunities show up. Now we have to take intelligent action with the opportunity, or we still don't get the result.
It's funny you say that because, Corie, before you go into this, when I got into high school, I used to watch Syracuse basketball a lot. And I used to see Derek Coleman when he was in Syracuse. He used to dunk, and he used to just go down the sideline pointing to the top of the Carrier Dome. I said, that's the coolest thing ever, because Jim Boeheim wouldn't say nothing. He would just be pointing. I said, one day I'm going to dunk in the Final Four. And I'm gonna point to the top of the dome. So I started dunking in high school. I used to point to the top of the bleachers, wasn't the same. I used to lay on my bed shooting basketballs in the air, visualizing getting a dunk on national TV in front of a packed house in the Final Four and pointing to the top of the arena. I got the JUCO. I used to dunk and I used to point to the top. Well, JUCO gyms are just like high school gyms, same. But they would point back, and it wasn't the same feeling though. We got to the Final Four, and they shot the ball. They scored. We shot it and missed. Chris Webber started bringing the ball up. I ripped them. Corey's on one side, Herb's on the other side. They call him for the ball. I'm like, man, get the hell out the way. Y'all ain't passed me the ball all year long. This is my moment.
Hey.
I'm going up to dunk this thing, and I kid you not, it was like everything stopped except me. Needle drop. I can hear Chariots of Fire. Doom, 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 doom. And I'm dunking it. And I'm running back, and then they start going fast again, and I realize I missed something. So I got to half court, and I turned and pointed to the top of the Michigan section. They all pointed back, different finger, but it was different. I don't care. But I was sitting there, I was like hyped, because I said, man, I've done this before. Thousands of times.
You had already experienced it and the feeling of it in here before it actually came to fruition.
Come on.
That's the same as Vincent van Gogh. If you've never heard of him, he's a great artist of the past. And he said this, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. He never painted something and said, yeah, I thought of a painting like that once.
Right.
I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. You dreamed about dunking in the Final Four over and over again, repetitively in your imagination, a positive use of the imagination, and then it came to fruition. By the laws that are on the universe, that had to happen. It didn't have a choice. It's just like if you plant an acorn, you get an oak tree, you don't get a maple tree. That's a law of the universe, right?
Like attracts like.
Like attracts like.
All right, let me ask you this. So how can the tools from your program help leaders communicate more effectively under pressure?
Effective communication. There we have to understand the personality traits and the different personality traits and then communicate with that personality trait. Most leaders don't do that very effectively. They speak to people how they wish to be spoken to instead of speaking to people based on their personality.
Wait. So you mean to tell me our leader, who we had wanted us to speak to him the way he spoke to us?
No. What I'm saying is he should have spoken to you based on your personality.
Oh, he did.
Right on. So you're an aggressive personality. You had Huggy, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Huggy had his own unique style. I watched him for years. Certainly didn't have the experience that you guys had with him. Not at all. Well, my favorite by far, and then please don't take this the wrong way, anybody. He's just my favorite UC coach, man. Yeah. And it's just
okay to have a favorite.
Yeah,
you
no
gotta
question.
have one, right? So what you want to make sure that the leader does, man, is the effective communication piece. Not every player has the same personality.
That's right.
Not every player is motivated by the same thing.
Correct.
I may be able to climb in your crawl, man, challenge you and challenge you and challenge you, and that'll inspire you and motivate you.
Right.
Do that to me, and I shrink.
I shut down. I told Hugs the same thing.
You shut down. Yeah, that doesn't work for you.
No, I told Hugs, don't yell at me. I'll shut down. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Clarity.
So he started yelling at me for Corie.
Yeah.
Would you tell Corie to get his lazy ass on the backside rebound? Tell Eric to run the floor and finish.
But what he's really doing is saying that to you, but he's not. But he had the awareness level to not yell at you.
Correct.
Because that's not your personality.
Yes, but I had to tell him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He should have been able to pick that up.
But he was treating everybody the same.
That's not right.
Yes. I think we helped him just as much as he helped us.
Absolutely. See, I absolutely believe the teacher should learn from the student.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did a good job of kind of spreading that out. He didn't treat everybody the same. He talked to everybody the same, but he didn't definitely treat everybody
That's a good point.
Yeah. See, and when there's 4 different personality traits. We all have a dominant, and we all have a mixture of all 4.
Right.
Yours is different than yours. Massively different than mine.
Yeah.
What are the 4 personality traits?
Amiable.
Meaning
Get outgoing, get along, life of the party.
Gotcha.
Amiable, man. They get along with anybody, talk to anybody, man. Nurturing. Nurturing is the tree hugger, soft type, very loving, very nurturing personality type. The analytic. There's your engineers. I'm not saying anything wrong about it, but they don't have a lot of emotion. You got to get to
They
their...
need a lot of information.
You've got to get to their emotion and get to their feelings through analysis, charts, graphs, and things like that. And then you have your ultra aggressives. And they, quite frankly, excuse my language, they get shit done.
That's right.
They don't care about much of anything else. They get stuff done.
Man.
We all have a combination. All of us have a combination.
It's an order.
Well, it depends on what do you mean? Is there an order?
Like, is there one
One that's more
higher than
No, there's not one that's any better than the other. What we want to learn to do is control them.
Okay.
For example, you're in business, right?
Yeah.
There's times you have to get out the red, the aggressive, right?
Correct.
You've
Yeah.
got to be aggressive in business so people don't run you over, railroad you, all this other stuff.
Right.
There's other times you have to be nurturing. Right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to identify when to put the personality trait on the back burner and bring out the one that's going to benefit everybody in this place.
Correct.
Client, company, team, self.
Yeah.
But that's up to you to learn that. And learning the personality traits isn't just about knowing who I am. It's about being able to identify who you are so I can speak to you in a language that you understand.
Correct.
That'll motivate you and
I'm
inspire
talking to you in
to
Mandarin
take
and you
action.
don't understand Chinese.
Exactly. It doesn't work. And that's what most people do in effect in communication. That's the biggest problem I see in leadership. Leadership is just about, especially the real aggressive ones, man. Do it this way, this way, this way. Wait a minute, man. You got a nurturing personality over here that could be really, 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 really good if you would learn to inspire them instead of challenge them. I can challenge you. Can't challenge you.
Right.
You got to inspire you.
Right.
Challenge you, you'll take an action based on that challenge.
Correct.
You won't.
Right.
You're like I am. You got a lot of blue yellow, you'll shut down. And I have a lot of blue yellow, which is the amiable and the nurturing. So you challenge me all you want, I'll shut down. Inspire me though. And oh man, I'll crawl on my eyelashes to you talk for you, man.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How can your principles help a coach maintain clarity and focus during a long season? It's a long season. We got 16 more games and the conference tournament.
Yeah, the principle of self-suggestion. There's a chapter in here called auto-suggestion, and you have to separate auto-suggestion from self-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is what's running in the background constantly based on past experiences of life. Self-suggestion is what we do on purpose by design. On purpose by design.
By design.
Will they do that? That's how you stay motivated when things aren't going your way. That's how you stay positive in the face of adversity. You've got a PMA, man.
Yep.
It's inside of it. Now it's in the cells of your being. So
they don't know what PMA is. I do.
Positive mental attitude, man.
Yes.
So if something happens, that positive mental attitude isn't going away.
Yeah.
Right? And that's through repetition. Repetition. So how do you stay focused over the next 16 games? Repetition of the positive nature. Now, I'm not saying they won't have an adversity. I'm not saying they won't have a loss. I'm not saying they won't, blow a lead in the final 2 minutes and lose a game. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I am saying is every person has the ability to control their own mind regardless of what just took place.
That's right.
And that's what people usually don't do. They don't control their own mind. They allow their mind to be controlled by outside circumstances. And the outside circumstance then created a feeling. That feeling then is expressed into an action. And the action produces a result.
What behaviors separate elite leaders from good leaders in competitive environments?
Your repetitive nature of thought. Just that simple. The dominating thoughts of the mind will come to fruition. We don't have a choice. It's not as if I can, wait a minute, that's a dominating thought, but it's not going to come to fruition.
The Lord made the mind. It's whatever dominates it.
It comes to fruition, man. I can get story after story after story. I told you guys about a young lady that we helped, man. She got a 4-year full ride scholarship from a coach that never saw her play soccer. She blew one ACL in her sophomore year. She blew the other ACL in her junior year. She had a lateral tear of the meniscus in her senior year. And coming home from Kremchek's office, Dr. Timothy Kremchek's office with the lateral tear of the meniscus, we get a phone call from the head coach of a soccer program. Why? We never applied for a scholarship. We never sent any tape of her anywhere. Nothing. But she was determined. I am playing college soccer. She never said, I hope to. Maybe a wish, maybe. It was, I am playing college soccer. I am. Well, if you study the material, it also says whatever we impress upon formless substance, energy, even if it is not created, it'll be created and brought to you. Now, most people think that's a bunch of woo-woo garbage, man. Right. Let's just be brutally honest. Rachel was recruit number 1 for that school. The year before, they didn't have a college soccer program. And so she gets a 4-year full ride from a coach that never saw her play, no tape ever sent, no application for a scholarship. He found us. We didn't find them. Called us up, came down, took us to lunch, invited us to a campus visit. The whole time she's on crutches. We go into the AD's office, the athletic director's office. They lay it out. Here's a 4-year full ride. We'd like you to play soccer here. How much money and how much scholarship would you two give to somebody that blew both ACLs? They're on crutches when you meet, and you've never seen them play.
In a conscious mind, that's a liability.
That's a liability.
Yes.
That's an absolute liability. However, go to the laws. He had no choice. Because the laws, and I didn't put the laws in place. I'm going to go to God. Hopefully I don't offend anybody with that, but I'm going to go to God. They're God's laws, man. Just like when you plant an acorn, you get an oak tree, you don't get a maple tree, right? She kept planting the seed, I am playing. So it was the repetitive nature that created a feeling that brought that opportunity right to her.
The two most powerful words in the English language are I am.
I am.
Why?
Because it's present tense. It ain't I hope to be. Maybe one day. I am playing college soccer.
So whatever you put after I am is a...
That's right. Can I give you another little lesson on
Sure.
this one, man? Most people say, I'm sorry, don't they? Mm-hmm. Never say that again. Never say that again. Every thought has an image that goes with it. True or false?
Correct.
Okay, so do me a favor and think of a sorry person. You got an image right away. Is it you?
No.
Then why are you saying I'm sorry? Because you're telling yourself you are that image.
Correct.
Never say it again, man.
I apologize.
That's it right there. See, he already knew. Because I apologize has no negative connotation that you're telling you that you're not worthy of. Right. So every time you say I'm sorry, you're using self-suggestion in the wrong manner to create a feeling of inferiority, lack of self-confidence. All these things are happening. Now, some people think, Tim, that's a bunch of garbage. All I'm telling you is after 30 years,
man.
30 years of doing this, 30 years of helping people understand this, it's amazing that one little thing right there, how it's helped their confidence grow.
You know, Moses in the Bible talks about it. He was going back to God saying he was taking this over to Egypt. He goes, I know I have all these things you're telling me to go talk to the Pharaoh about. Who should I tell him sent me? He said, tell him I am sent you. He goes, what do you mean I am? He said, I am what I am. Just tell him I am sent you. So I am has so much power behind it because I say this a lot and I have to be conscious to not say it. Man, I am so tired.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop that stuff.
Then I start yawning, I start stretching, start catching cramps. And
5 minutes.
The next thing you know, then, you are tired.
Yes.
And then you need to take a nap. Then you become lethargic. And it's all because you've used self-suggestion to the negative, and you're getting it because you created a feeling of it. Thoughts cause a feeling. That feeling is then expressed in action.
TFAs.
Exactly.
Thoughts, feelings, actions.
Thoughts, feelings, actions, results, man. That's how it works. It's third grade elementary simple, but it's the hardest thing we learn how to do is to control those thoughts, man.
Yeah, me and Ted have accomplished a lot. You know what I
you
mean?
have.
I mean, even just
Absolutely
speaking
you
on
have, man.
when we first started saying we wanted to do a podcast together, and we went different routes to try to get this done, but we eventually got it done based on our faith and our belief that we were going to do it. We're dealing with our basketball team right now, and I was on social media, and this will be a good segue for you to have some input on. Some of the fans are thinking about wearing brown paper bags to the game to symbolize what?
That they're disappointed. And they don't like, it's like when the Bengals fans wore them back in the 90s. You know, it's like, look, we don't like what we're seeing, so we're going to put paper bags over our heads.
So for someone like you, what is your interpretation of that? Like,
They're embarrassed.
right.
That's a clear indication of an embarrassment, or why won't you show your face?
Correct.
So they're embarrassed to be at the game.
So is that
for
a
whatever
positive
reason.
thing for
That's
the team or a
It's
negative?
a negative thing.
Right.
Because it's a negative energy.
Correct.
And that negative energy is going to permeate.
Correct.
You ever heard we become who we hang around?
Correct.
Oh, man. So now we're hanging around people with a negative energy.
Man.
So now we got a stadium full or an auditorium full, a venue full of negative energy.
Man, we don't
but
need
y'all
that.
want me to produce positive results while you're throwing negative energy at
Man,
me.
there you go. That's me.
It's impossible.
Yeah, I don't want no negative
You
energy.
cannot get a positive result from a negative thought process. It's absolutely impossible. That's like jumping in a shower and saying, I'm dry.
Yeah.
I don't think so, dude. You're all wet, man. Right? So
Y'all hear that?
This comes back to, it comes full circle now, Corie. It's back to the client company team self, man.
Yeah.
And are the leaders of this organization, the leaders of this basketball program, are they really putting themselves at the foundation and growing from within? Or are they demanding others do it while they don't? That's poor leadership.
Wow.
So we have, I love the staff that we have at University of Cincinnati, our basketball staff. We all love the coach. Everybody that you talk to loves him. What the fan base is upset about is not being able to finish off games. Crunch time minutes, last 5 minutes of the game, the Bearcats, whether they're up or down, find a way to lose the game.
Okay.
What's going on there?
That's become a habit.
Yeah.
And now on the inside, in the subconscious, the cells of the being, it's an expectation. They don't expect to finish the game. They don't expect to win. That's a feeling. That's a feeling that starts at the top. That starts at the leadership. And you can't force this feeling. You have to lead by example.
How do you get
Because
past
if you,
that?
yeah,
How do you pass
if
it?
you force it, I think you're gonna be able to see that it's fake or
It's
almost
fake.
like real.
Yeah, you're trying to force harmony.
Yeah.
Trying to force harmony in a marriage. Let me know how you do.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all.
Players can sense that, you think?
Absolutely, they can sense it.
Man.
See, here's the whole thing about communication. Communication is 93% nonverbal. Nonverbal. So in the huddle, when they're going into that final crunch time being what, 4 minutes, 2 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Crunch time, and they're in that huddle. Only 7% of the communication is what's actually coming out of the mouth. Man.
Yeah.
93% of that communication is tonality and body language.
language.
And that's from the experts from all
right.
over the world.
Hey,
That's
man,
not
nah,
just
you're
me,
right.
man.
You're right.
So what's going on in that huddle? What is the real communication? Is it full of doubt? Is it full of worry? Is it full of the expectation that you kids ain't going to pull this off anyway? But I'm going to talk a big game.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a big game. So I'll look important if I talk a big game.
Right.
But what's the real message?
Yeah.
Because that real message is coming from tonality and body language, not from the words that are being said.
So you're saying something's coming out here, but what's emanating from here is totally different.
Absolutely. They're two different things. And what's coming from here is the real communication that the team is picking up on. So if they're dropping game after game in the crunch time, think about the communication that's happening during crunch time. Think about that. Because that communication isn't positive. It can't be because they're not getting a positive result.
Does it start there?
Absolutely.
It has to.
It absolutely
Does it
starts
start at the game in crunch time, or is it?
No.
No.
That starts in practice, man. That starts in practice. That starts with the reps. That starts with the reps, man. That's where it all begins, right?
But experience plays a part in that too, right?
Experiential
for a coach,
value, yeah.
Yeah, having been through those type of situations
Right.
and being able to manage them the right way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I just want to tell this story. I'm not going to say no names, but I was on the team, and we had a veteran coach, and we had a rookie who had came from a phenomenal program. He won a lot in college. And we were in a tough game, a tough situation, and this coach was so rattled, right? He drew up a play, then he erased it, then he drew up another, then he erased it, then the horn went off. And this rookie, I'll never forget, this rookie said, "Hey, Blunt, I can't deal with this. I'm used to coaching, man." And it hit me like I didn't think about it because he came from a high program,
Okay.
and now he's here and he's getting this vibe that this coach isn't really secure about what he's putting on.
Absolutely.
And it resonated with our team. We didn't have a good team that year, but it came from the coach.
It came from the coach.
Yeah, it came from the
so
coach.
he's rattled. Wrapped it up. Well, immediately what he is showing everybody in that huddle is I don't have the ability to make a firm, definite decision about what I want to do. I'm confused, which means I just confused all of you.
Yeah.
Now, how can you go out and play a basketball game if you have no clue from a clarity standpoint of what the coach really wants?
Yeah.
So how do you fix the situation with if you were taking a look at all the film of the Bearcats, if you were looking
Yeah.
at all of the post-game interviews, if you were looking at all that stuff, and you had to put together a summary, how would you fix what's going on?
Well, step one, you have to develop clarity with the kids, and I use the kids as the players.
Yep.
If they don't have clarity, they have confusion. Where they have confusion, they have worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety. That's going on the inside without them knowing it. So how does he being the coach in this instance, how does he create clarity with the kids? Step one, relax. Relaxation renews. Tension tires. It's real simple, man, right? Tension not only tires, it also repels what you really want. So is he going into these communications full of tension, or is he going into these communications relaxed? And when we say, yeah, but he's tense, man. He's all tense. He's wired up. That's what all coaches do. No, that's not what all coaches do. That's not what all coaches do. Look at some of the best coaches. They're pretty relaxed, man.
Yeah, Bill Self, when he gets in the huddle in the last game, he's smiling. He's looking at guys, hitting them on the chest, and he's taking his board out. And he's
Nice and
drawing
relaxed,
out.
right?
Nice and relaxed.
Nice and relaxed. So when you take an energy into this huddle that is worried out, fear, and anxiety, or it is full of this angst, that's what you're conveying to the team. The only thing the team can do then is model what you just did. So how you fix it, number one, get really good at effective communication. Learn the personality traits. Learn them. Don't just know them. Understand them. Understand what you like. understand what you like, and it's two different things, man. And if I don't understand that, I can't communicate. I go talk to you about joining us in something that's going to be totally different with you. So you've got to learn that. And then you've got to learn patience. Now, patience is, and I don't have the book with me, but there's a chapter in another Napoleon Hill's book about patience. And patience is really a positive thing. It's a very positive thing. It's not procrastination. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about patience as you move forward, as you get better, as you continue to teach, as you continue to coach, as you continue to build a positive expectation, not only in yourself, but a positive expectation in every one of you by saying, hey, Terry, I believe in you. I know you can do it. And you get the freaking job done, will you? Because I know you can do it.
Right.
See, I just challenged you, but I just inspired you. But I want the same thing from you. I want you to give me 100%, right? But I can't challenge you to give me 100%, but I can you.
Yeah.
I've got to inspire you.
Correct.
That's what every coach, every leader really should understand. First and foremost is that personality trait, and then relax, man. Don't go into these huddles like you talked about. Oh, here, let's draw up this play. Well, wipe that off. Draw up this play. Wipe that off. Time to go play ball.
Yeah,
Nobody has any clarity about what the heck you wanted to get done.
Right.
So now we have massive confusion. We have to eliminate that by creating clarity. We create clarity through relaxation, not through tension. And we do it also through repetition. Over and over again, man.
Maximizing results.
Man.
Maximizing results.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got a master class right now. And if we could have went longer. We could have turned this into a series, and maybe we'll have them back a little bit later.
Definitely.
Going on right now. And University of Cincinnati, bring them in, talk to the athletes.
Definitely.
Not just the basketball team. Dr. Lucky, get all the athletes to get this, man. I think the department as well can benefit from this. Everybody goes through it together. See, Blunt?
Yeah,
Any final
I
words?
think the key to it is don't just bring them in one time.
Yes,
like
right.
you said, we need this repetitive information. And I think that's the thing I did like about being with the Bulls. Phil Jackson had someone like yourself on our staff that kept us going every day. Like, it was always, when you needed that inspiration, I can't remember the doctor's name, but he was there for us to give us.
Plus, he was passing out books as assignments.
Oh, no question, yeah. And that was a little above my pay grade at that time, but, you know, I appreciate it once I got further down the road in my career. Like, man, I reflected back to the things that Phil was doing, and it was like, man, that was coaching at a high level, and that's why he was so successful.
When he couldn't reach Kobe, he gave a book on Zen and how to meditate, and Corie studied that thing over and over and over again. He took off to another level.
Yeah.
And all he did was he acted with leadership, man.
Yeah.
That's leadership.
Yeah.
Here, let me inspire you to be better.
Yeah.
And really, it's not coaching. That goes to the next level. It's called mentorship.
Oh, man.
He was mentoring you to be the best person you could be.
Yeah.
Because when you're the best person you can be, you'll be a better basketball player.
Right.
But if you've got worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety going on inside of you about other things in life, you can't possibly be the best basketball player that you can be. It's absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, how can the people reach you?
MaximizingResultsLLC.com. That's the best way. It's our website. That's our website. You can always get a hold of me on my phone. Cell number is 513-484-1247. I know you got that dialed in.
Come on now.
I call you all the time now,
right.
man. You can't get away from me. You know, a great story about us is Terry actually joined our mentoring program in real estate.
Okay.
And it was under a program called Produce Before You Pay, which means Terry didn't have to pay us anything until he produced results, right?
That's right.
And part
Never got
of
a
that
dime from
agreement, I never got a dime from you. And you know, I never. But also, let's go to this caveat also. We kicked him out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, probably for procrastination, right?
Well, he was procrastinating.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing him any good at the time.
Yeah.
Our system wasn't working for him. He wasn't doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So it's produced before you pay. We're investing all this time, this energy.
Yeah.
He's not producing, and I'm not being.
No, it's all good.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
And so we removed him from the system and removed him from the program. And I think it was 4 months ago. Yeah, 4 months ago, I was in. I said, man, Terry, now I gotta call Terry, and out of the blue, I called you, man.
That's right.
And it's led us to where we are here today,
Man.
And I said it then, and I'll say it now. I will do anything that I can possibly do to help you understand this to be the very best version of yourself, and that goes for you as well.
Man, I receive it, brother.
Come on.
I receive it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's another episode of Legends Unplugged.
Legends Unplugged.
All social media platforms, like and subscribe. We need you. YouTube, hit us up. We out of here.